I've come over onto one of the jetty pegs, which predominantly has a lot of shallow water in front of it. I've seen a few shows, but yeah, as you can see, it's not an easy task getting down there. It's all the way down there with a kit, but effort equals reward, and hopefully we can pick a couple of bites up for our efforts. Happy days. Well, welcome to Tom's carp fishing journey. This is the Syndicate Diaries, and you find me down at one of my new syndicates in the West Midlands, sort of Evesham, Alcester way. And yeah, it's actually part of the Ragley Hall estate. And yeah, got down here. I've come into one of the pegs that's a bit of a nightmare to get down to, but it's when you're in here, it's absolutely perfect. A load of shallow water in front, nice and clear. A lot of weed does come up a bit later on in the year, but at the moment it's predominantly clear out there. And yeah, I've got a pretty short session ahead of me. I'm still trying to work this water out. It's all new to me. I've had a good look through the depth maps and the contour maps of the lake, and sort of getting to grips with the topography and the layout of the lake. And yeah, let's see what we can do. I mean, I'll be happy just to get one bite. There is fish showing in my water, about probably 20 wraps. I've seen a couple of shows this morning when I first got here. I was here just after first light. I left the house at around 2 o'clock this morning to get down here. As they say, effort equals reward and all that. So yeah, let's see how we get on. I'll talk you through the rigs and the bait in a little while. For now, I'm going to sit back, watch the water a little bit more and see if we can find some more fish. First rod going out, 8 wraps towards a marker I've got on the other bank. Can be what'll be a reference throughout the session. So this is going to be the left hand rod, not far out at all. Nicely on the clip, nicely on the bottom there, nice donk. The fish get really close in on these pegs. It's really crystal clear water, so they do get really close in, and you can actually see them with the Polaroids on sometimes passing the swim. I've just disturbed something in here. It could have been a pike, to be fair. It did seem a little bit pikey. So yeah, that's the first rod out. Going to get that line sunk down. Going to fish with the rod tips up here. There's a bit of weed coming off the bottom, Canadian pondweed, etc. out in front, so I am going to fish with the rod tips up on this session, on this peg. Happy day. Well, that's the rods out now. I'm just getting a nice cup of tea on. Left hand rod's down my left margin, just off the reed line, a few rod lengths off, in around 3 foot of water. Middle rod, I've just gone out with a wafter on a German rig and a little bag of mesh pellets, just at 10 wraps in front. I am going to put some bait out on that spot, but I'm just going to see if I can get a quick bite. I have seen a couple of shows out there, so I'm not going to put any bait in just for the time being. And the right hand rod I've got down about 8 wraps as well, about 2 rod lengths off on a nice clear area, in around 2.5 to 3 foot of water, and that's on a solid bag. Now, I do know the fish get really close into these pegs, so you know there is a good chance of getting a bite out of one of these 2 margins, but we'll see. It's the first time fishing on this peg. It's my 3rd night on the Syndicate, and I'm yet to have a fish, so you know, I'm not giving up. I've come into one of the swims, what is an absolute nightmare to get down some steps, real steep banking. So you know, I am putting the effort in to try and get my first fish out of this lake. I've heard it can be pretty tricky, the lake. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, so I've just been sitting having a cup of tea and having a good look at the water, and I've noticed about 80 yards out, straight in front of me, I've just noticed 2 fish head and shoulder out, one after the other. They seem to be pushing down with this wind. I started seeing shows this morning over there. This wind started hacking across this way, diagonally across the lake towards me. And now I've started seeing shows sort of over here. It seems like they've moved down with this wind. So I've just whipped a solid bag up now. I'm going to recast a solid bag. I'm just going to hold out fire for a second and see if I can see another show. But if not, it'll be going to where I've just seen them 2. But just for clarification, I'm just trying to wait to see if I can see one more show. Yeah, so that's the plan of attack now. I do feel there's a bite on the cards. I really do feel like there's a bite. So let's see what happens. Ah, yes. He's in. He's in. Just seen a few shows. Literally just recast this left hand rod and it's absolutely away. Fizzed off. Literally recast it 2 minutes ago. I seen a show and yeah, I've put it right on its head and the rod's gone. I can't believe it. Couple of minutes, I literally, it's just one-toned. It let off 2 beeps, the bobbin went tight against the rod, and yeah, it's absolutely gone into meltdown. It doesn't feel particularly big. The rod tip's bouncing a lot. The rod tip's bouncing a lot. I'll get it on this side now, away from them other lines. Pretty shallow in front of her. Oh, I just felt it come off its back, the line. Keep it away from these reeds. It's got this reed line down to my side. I don't want it going in there. It's a little one, but it's my first fish on the Syndicate. If I can get it in the net. It's a little stocky. Well, I was just saying to the lads on group chat, the lads from Specimen Cave, that I could feel a bite coming. I seen a load of shows at about 90 yards. I quickly brought the left hand rod in, stuck it back out on a single yellow pop up on a Ronnie rig, and this is my first fish from one of my new syndicates, and this little fella is more than welcome. He's tiny, but he's more than welcome, I can tell you. Yeah. Lovely dark little mirror, literally ripped off. Yeah, happy days. I'm gonna slip this back. I think there's a chance of another bite, so let's get this one back and we'll get the rod back on the spot. Happy days. Last rig for the night now, going out. An old Ronnie rig with a little mesh bag. Get some of our bait smoke from Specimen Cave all over that. Happy days. I've just put 4 bombs out, so the other 2 rods are already on the dance floor. This one's going out now at 13 wraps, so not far. And yeah, hopefully we can get another bite. Get my marker on the far bank. Perfect. Well, that's that one out now. Let's get the oscillation right on the reel. That line sunk on the sticks. What do you reckon, Rocky? Another bite? Cushy. Happy days. Let's see what happens. Well, it's coming into the evening now and nothing else has materialised after that first bite. But the middle rod at 10 wraps, I'm just getting a few spoms out now, ready for the night on my short rod. This is the middle rod, 10 wraps. The fish do get really close in here, So I've got a rod short at 10, and yeah, just putting a few spawns out now. Particle, corn, and then fish the yellow, pop up over the top of the particle. Put four spawns out, and top it up just before dark. Get the rods redone shortly for the night. I can settle down for the football. Nice on the clip. There we go. All them different pieces of particle, just find the way down. If there is a little bit of silkweed out there, patches, just sit on top of that. And what it is because I'm fishing a pop-up, I'd like to fish a wafter, but because there is a little bit of silkweed dotted around out there, I know that I'm going to always be fishing no matter where I land, and the fish won't necessarily even notice the pop-ups off the deck, because if there is a bit of silkweed out there, all these bits of food items will just sit nicely at different layers on the deck, and they won't have a clue. Oh, move swan. Sammy the swan there. I might even put 2 rods on this short spot. We'll see what happens. But definitely be one on there. Last one now. Hopefully that swan doesn't get down on the bait. Happy days. That's that sorted. Well, nothing else has materialised in the night. I really thought I'd get another bite. I think I'm going to just drop a couple of the rods short for the last couple of hours, and maybe just change the coloration of the hook bait to pink from yellow and drop them short. I have seen one show to the right here pretty short, so I'm going to drop a couple of rods short in the hope that there's a few fish between my rod tip and where I'm actually fishing at the moment, because I'm around 16 wraps out and I've just seen one probably at about 6 wraps. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, as we call it, it's last knockings for me. Just the one fish. I really did think that one fish was going to be followed up with a couple of bites, but I've started to see shows down in this right hand corner now, so I don't know. Yesterday they were showing out in front, this morning they've been showing out over there. So yeah, give it another 10 minutes, get loaded up and get on the road. Lovely place though, and I'll be back down there very soon. Well, yeah, just the one fish. I really thought it was going to produce a couple more bites. They were showing all over me yesterday, but it's the first fish from this new syndicate, and that's always the most important one. Doesn't matter about size. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You put together the pieces, and every time you go, everything aligns. So yeah, we'll go again probably next week for a couple of nights, and we'll try and get into some of the bigger fish in the lake. But yeah, I'm enjoying it on here. It's lovely surroundings, peaceful. Just wish I could have got into a couple more fish. I'll catch you in the next one.